Hello, hello. It's Prince Easy coming at you again, once more. And well, as usual, do have a couple slides I wanna slide your way. What's up, world? What's up, Zion? Let's get to them. Well, maybe this is why I'm getting screwed. It has always been easy for me to help people, and in most cases, mostly ends up in abuse. Because they tend to value the thing more than you, right? Well, I'm glad that Bill Gates is catching some heat for this nonsense, right? So you're telling me you wanna compare this to some real butter out there? Man, stop. All right? This is another side that they have come up with, right? Now they're saying these guys here are carnivorous, right? And the best answer would be like, they have always been, right? I have seen cow eat snakes. Right? I saw a cow eat a snake. I saw animals that are so-called natural channels, nature channels or whatnot. It's all part of a deception. For what reason? Well, I don't know. We're gonna find out sooner or later, right? I'm just keeping track of their movements. This is another movement here. They just don't say these things for no reason. Yeah? So they don't even say these things for no reason, right? Down the line, this is gonna become really, really racial, if you know what I mean. They are proving to be unstoppable. Is that it? A new phenomenon, right? Like I said, now the campaign has started, right? And you shall see more down the line, right? Yeah.
I kid you not, Finland's president just said that Kenya would.
Fair use disclaimer for review and criticism purposes. Okay?
Help decide the new world order. I'm not lying, let's look at what happened. On the 13th of May, during his state visit to Kenya, President Alexander Stubb sat down for a live TV interview on Citizen TV Nairobi with 4 cameras rolling, and he said, I quote, "We are in a period of disorder. It will take 5 to 10 years, and I look at Kenya. It's going to be one of the countries that decides the new world order." That's not a throwaway line, guys. That's a strategic signal. Later that day at the University of Nairobi, he named Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa as best placed to shape the emerging world order. And the next day at the UN office in Nairobi, he doubled down. Western dominance is ending and the global south will help write the next system. So why now, why Kenya, and why say it out loud? Yes, he put all 3 countries in the same bracket, but he said it on Kenyan soil, and Kenyans didn't deny it or downplay it. And he didn't explain what he meant by New World Order, leaving room for panic, conspiracy, and power plays. Historically, the term pops up when the old system cracks. Causes panic, Cold War ends, 9/11, COVID moments, when alliances, trade routes, and rules shift. Right now, the West is losing grip, and the global South is more assertive. Kenya's been playing chess, balancing China and the US, building tech hubs, expanding military ties, now set to host 3 new global UN agency offices alongside the UNEP and the UN Habitat, putting Nairobi in the same league as New York, Geneva, Vienna, and the business lesson here is in geopolitics, power isn't just given, it is taken. And when you're named on the world stage, you can reject it, downplay it, or step into it. And Kenya seems like they're stepping in. But what could this mean? What does New World Order really mean? A shift into who writes the rules, a reset of trade alliances, or something deeper than that? Something people fear, like global governance or loss of sovereignty. And if the UN is opening more offices here, is that the opportunity or is it control? I don't know what to say. Let's talk in the comments.
They wanted us to destabilize the Middle East, turn it upside down, make it under our control. I went through the Pentagon 10 days after 9/11. I went downstairs, I was leaving the Pentagon, and an officer from the Joint Staff called me into his office. He said, I want you to know, he said, sir, we're going to attack Iraq. And I said, why? He said, we don't know. He said, well, did they tie Saddam to 9/11? He said, no. And then I came back to the Pentagon about 6 weeks later. I saw the same officer. I said, why haven't we attacked Iraq? We still going to attack Iraq? He said, oh, sir. He said, it's worse than that. He pulled up a piece of paper off his desk. He said, I just got this memo from the Secretary of Defense's office that says we're going to attack and destroy the governments in 7 countries in 5 years. We're going to start with Iraq, and then we're going to move to Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Iran. I said, is that a classified memo? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, don't show it to me. This country was taken over by a group of people with a policy coup. This wasn't what the American people voted George Bush into office. Well, they didn't actually vote into office. It wasn't what many of the people who
Yeah, prepare to be even more frustrated. Alright, now they're trying to link Russia and China with the jihadist movement. Right? They don't say that it is only that a geopolitical power play by the West funding these terrorists. There is ample evidence for this, but you'll never hear them in any of their rhetoric talking about the West being responsible for what is happening in the Sahel. Never. Right? You'll never hear them. This is the new narrative now they're trying to play. Right? Jihad and Chad and Mali, right? Right? They say that the Lake Chad has abandoned youth. Is that true? I don't think so. Right? And if you know that it's a Boko Haram fortress, then what? You're telling me that they can launch no operation over there? Are you kidding me? These are operatives, brothers and sisters, right? They're always trying to paint a certain narrative to feed a certain push, right? Which is that push? You're gonna know, right? Allegedly anti-junta plotters. No, they are not alleged. These people, there's ample evidence for even to issue a arrest warrant. Like, are you kidding me right now? You know. I don't know what that's about. And here they go. China-Africa arms trade. She sends combat vehicles to Burkina Faso. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but you were truly unprepared, and AI has already changed, or rather destroyed, higher education. And we're going to see that even more and more. And it's going to go down the line, so to speak. Right? This is why. This is why, with the noise of the military junta and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Because now they want to have a military force, a special military force for Africa. Or does Africa need a military force right now? No, it does not. So why are these people then pushing for military cause? Then you better prepare for warfare. That's what I'll be telling you. Right? Because this is not about agreeing and disagreeing. Right? This is about their foreign policy that is never ever changing. Never changing. and the policy is we are on top and nobody's allowed to rise above us. You know, that's the simplified version of it anyway. You know? And then there's this guy here. Well, we shall find out. Mr. Tusk. Alright? Anyway, this one here was a small update, so to speak. So let me put a pin on it right there. It's easy. Signing out. Love you. Bye.